A graphic symbol that represents an idea or concept independent of any particular language and specific words or phrases is called logograph, ideograph, monograph, sonograph.
So what is an ideograph? Ideograph is any symbol that represents an idea or a thing rather than representing the sounds of that word which is abstractly related to that idea or thing. So anything, if, for example, let's say a smiley face represents happiness. A street symbol represents whether this path leads to A and this path leads to B. So that is a symbol which represents an idea rather than representing the sounds of that idea, right?
Ideograph. The relations that hold between elements that are combined with each other are called paradigmatic, classical, syntagmatic, genetic. First assertion: to many linguists, the ultimate aim of linguistics is to understand how language itself is structured and how it functions. Second assertion: the study of language is ultimately the study of the human mind. Both are correct. In linguistic theory, the speaker in a completely homogeneous speech community who knows his or her language perfectly and is unaffected by grammatically irrelevant conditions such as memory distractions, etc. Memory limitations, distractions, etc. is known as native speaker, mother tongue hearer, ideal native speaker hearer, modern speaker hearer, ideal native speaker hearer. Functions of language focusing on the addressee, that is the one who.
So metalingual function basically talks about language itself, as an example. What are you saying? Are you speaking English? That is the metalingual function of language. The emotive function of language, also known as the expressive function. It helps us to interpret emotions and feelings, desires, and moods of the subject. The emotive function gives direct information about the sender's tone. For example, I'm excited about the new car I bought. And then is the conative function. This function focuses on the receiver of the message. The language used with this function is meant to get the attention or the reaction of the addressee. So we are aiming to get some reaction from the addressee in the conative function. Can you show John where to find the paper clips? That is the conative function of language. So we're asking someone, you're referring to the addressee to generate some response.
Is talking true. So phatic, emotive, metalingual, conative. Or is the corruption? The defining property of human language that refers to the extent to which the use of a signal and the behavior it evokes are directly linked is known as the defining property of human language that refers to the extent to which the use of a signal and the behavior it evokes are directly linked is known as spatialization, displacement, interchangeability, prevarication, peculiarity, human interchangeability, capability, transmission, reception, displacement, noise and presence, specialization. This will produce first and chair. Language system shared by a community of speakers is known as competence, communicative competence, interlanguage, long ipahol. The number of components, types of rules, ordering conventions, types of transformations, and so on comprise Substantive universals, formal universals, statistical universals, relative universals, formal universals. Which of the following sentences has a subordinating conjunction in it?
What is a subordinate conjunction? A conjunction introduced in the subordinate clause. Right? So there's a subordinate clause. And what is a clause? A clause is a group of words that includes a subject and a verb to form a simple sentence or only part of the sentence. As in, if someone says, if I go to town, is a clause but not a sentence. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. Right? So, although, because these can act as subordinating conjunctive particles.
The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. The man was sad, but he still smiled. The cat loved to run around and play with other cats. It is good to study for exams at the end or to prepare for the exams beforehand. The man that rocks the cradle rules the world. As subordinate conjunction. In the sentence, cats love toys. Toys can be substituted syntactically by words like mice, boys, plants, etc. The relationship of word toy, cats love toys, can be said to be cats love mice, cats love boys, cats love plants, etc. So the relation between these words is paradigmatic.